What's going on, everybody? Chris here. Listen, if you've been in cryptocurrency long enough, you are used to being lied to. You get lied to all the time. Deception after deception, misleading. It's almost like a horrible nightmare that never ends. Good example is JP Morgan Chase and their leadership talking about they'd fire anyone who bought Bitcoin. Come to find out, behind our backs, they're buying Bitcoin OTC at massive volumes in Europe. I feel like we are faced with another level of deception and lies right now in the cryptocurrency space. I feel like the CBOE coming out and saying that they are pulling their futures contract is not exactly being forthcoming or straightforward. I understand their reasons. The reasons do sound legit, but I'm starting to really question, is there some sort of a hidden motive, hidden agenda? Is this actually honest? You know what I mean? Can we believe this? Let's take a second and go over what's happening and see if we can figure this out together. We've got some big winners and we've got some big losers. Let's take a look at the winners right now. Crypto.com chain, 57.21% as of right now, 8 p.m. Dang. And then, it sounds good, but we also have some pretty big losers. 11% loss is nothing, especially for something like this. Never heard of it, don't know what the heck it is, but it's pretty insane. But Bitcoin is rather uneventful right now compared to majority of the cryptocurrencies. It is uneventful, but there's something that really bothers me. We get hit with the news that the CBOE is pulling the futures contract, and a day, or almost that moment, and the days afterwards, look at the market cap, 138 billion. Look how the market is reacting. Is there something going on that we don't understand? Is this coincidence? And when it comes to money, there's one thing that I have a hard time believing, and that is coincidence. I'm not comfortable with the idea of coincidence and any kind of economics at all. Now, going over here, no change in Bitcoin futures plan, CME says, as CBOE pulls back. So the CME is continuing forth as usual. CBOE is pulling back. The biggest, let me just put it this way. Basically, they're trying to say that the CME is outperforming the CBOE in contracts. As of March 14th, for example, the daily trading volume of CME's Bitcoin futures was reported at 4,666 contracts, compared to only 2,089 contracts at CBOE. Now, one explanation for that is basically what they call product market fit. And to summarize that, connecting to both the CME and CBOE is expensive. If you're already trading other products on an exchange, then there is no new cost. If not, you must pay for connectivity, software license, market data, cross-connect, etc. All that just to trade one new product. Now, to make all this make sense, the CBOE put Bitcoin futures on its CBF, right? Where people are mostly trading right now on the VX, which they did not, right, have the Bitcoin option there. So if you were already trading on the VX platform with the CBOE, you'd have to pay hundreds, okay, keep in mind, hundreds of dollars extra just to dabble in Bitcoin, okay? Keep in mind, hundreds. On the other hand, though, the CME, what they did was simply put Bitcoin on its equities group on the CME exchange. So it was, if you were with a CME, you had access, no extra loopholes, no extra licensing, no extra money, time, or effort. Now, here's one thing I can say. I can partially buy that because we live in a world right now where we're at instant gratification. Anything that involves more than a single step in today's world, no matter what generation you're under, is just too much work. Smartphones, instant access to whatever it is you want has really spoiled us. There's not very many things in life that you can get, that you would want, right? That you can acquire without having to do more than moving your thumb. That's it. Move your thumb, hold the phone. You can get just about anything you want. Easy access. So that being said, I can kind of believe this. I can kind of believe that the CME would get more volume than CBOE would with the contracts. But here's my question. Here's something that really bothers me. So for the month as of March, there's 4,666 contracts with the CME and 2,089 contracts with the CBOE, right? how bad is that really? I mean, considering how small of the world that there is in that space of the leverage trading, I mean, 4,666, is that really much greater than 2,089? And 2,089, what kind of revenue does that equal? And that's something I'm trying to find out. I have some figures that are guesstimates. I don't want to put them out, but I can put it this way. If you were to do your own research right now to try to figure out what 2,089 contracts for the CBOE translates to, guesstimates right now are just mind-blowing. So it doesn't make sense when you look at the figures, you look at the numbers. I don't know. Something is not settling right with this. I feel like there's something bigger with this. And here's something else I want to point out. Jay Clayton recently did another interview with Fox Business, and here's what he says. What I'm concerned about at the moment is it can be reasonably demonstrated that the underlying trading is generally not manipulated. It's happening on reliable venues with good rules, and that custody is something we can feel comfortable about. So this was what he said when he was approached about the whole ETF again. His answer truly doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because of the fact that being permissive of the CME and the CBOE to play futures, which is derivatives, which is paper, which is useless, right? And they've done it with gold and silver. We all know that. I just don't see this argument being at all reasonable. I feel like this is a stall. I do, because he came out and he said Ethereum-like products on another interview are not securities. So we have the CBOE pulling back. We have Jay Clayton obviously doing some sort of a stall, being okay with Ethereum as not being a security, which I mean, it's an easy argument to beat that. And then we have the market going up at the same time. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something not right about the situation. Hang on. And there's one more thing. See, some are saying that the reason why we're seeing the price of Bitcoin go up right now is because Mark Karpelès, I can't remember how to say his name, basically got away with a slap on the wrist. And if you don't know who that is, he's the founder of Mt. Gox founder, and he was serving a 2.5-year suspended sentence now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like he got away with the crazy scenario where if you, I started pointing me first, or I, were responsible for 350 million in losses and 850,000 Bitcoins being sucked out of circulation, never to be seen again, supposedly. If that was you or me, we would definitely be rotting at the bottom of some sort of fiery hell pit right now. And regulators would make sure of it. I don't know how this guy got away with it. I don't know why he is all of a sudden I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. But now, what a lot of people are trying to say is because of him getting away scot-free, that this was a good enough mechanism, catalyst maybe, to cause the market to react in a bullish pattern. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit, because it adds a small sense of confidence, right? It gives a small sense of confidence to the market that maybe, there won't be some crazy dump, but it doesn't make any sense. Not at all. We're having market movement. And there's no real, then again, if you look at the market movement, 138 billion, nothing has really changed with Bitcoin as far as 24-hour volume. We're still between 9 and 10 billion 24-hour volume. You know what I mean? There's just something, I'm telling you guys, something is not sitting right in this situation. There's something we're missing. I don't want to say conspiracy theory, because I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, there is something something missing in this puzzle. It doesn't make sense. I just don't see these guys giving up that kind of revenue, because based off of my research, that 2,089 contracts for the CBOE generated more money than I will ever see in my entire life. Even if Bitcoin 100x'd, right? And I have my mining farm right now, I would never see that kind of money. Do some research on it. And like I said, these are all guesstimates. If I had to take my best guess, on this, okay? My best guess is there is an enormous amount of Bitcoin held by institutions, right? that are close with that circle of the futures market, such as a CBOE. And there is an anticipation within that circle of something happening. Maybe Fidelity being released to the rest of the world. Maybe BAKKT surprisingly going to be launched in a week or 2 weeks. Maybe an ETF will slip through the cracks. I feel like there is something that is going to happen within some sort of a timeline. It could be days, weeks, or maybe even a month or two. And these guys are patient. They're far more patient than we are as retail investors, and I have to give that to them. But I feel like something is going to happen as a result of all this. I feel like the price movement going up is something that they want. So if you take off some of the pressure from one of the futures platforms or one of the derivative platforms that are really major and just leave one of them, maybe that gives it what it needs to make a slow and steady climb. Because maybe if you took both of them out, maybe Bitcoin would jump up to $5,000 to $10,000. Who knows? But if you took one of them out of the picture, well, the price is going up. And I believe that it's a result of the CBOE pulling back. I don't really buy the idea that it's because the Mt. Gox founder got off scot-free. I will say maybe the halving event coming up has something to do with it too. But it's really hard. I can't really put my finger on it. I'm going to keep digging. It's just something about this doesn't make sense, guys. Just saying. But listen, that's all I've got for tonight. I appreciate everyone who's watching this video right now. Please hit those likes, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys think. I need to know what you guys think. I need some feedback from the community for this one because I think collectively maybe we can figure this out. I'm sure there's information out there somewhere that can add a lot of clarity to this. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. Peace out.